Sit down, Tony.
My heart rate.
Can I get up?
Yes,
Focus.
They're gonna have one.
yes,
Or something like that.
yes.
You scared?
Yes, it says it's important.
Okay. You can't shut her off at 4 o'clock?
Well, they can only have a couple of.
Huh? No,
Shut her off to 4?
no, it's recorded.
That's fine. So, yes, I have to go.
You insert yourself in conversation all the time.
Yeah, I
I don't
don't, so this, so
Yes, I saw, yeah.
my sister.
Taking advice, man, people.
Was a captain in London, so she
Marty,
was right on,
John, Mark,
I mean, still a drive.
yeah,
So I'll see.
Marty might
Tonight,
not make
that way,
it. Inspect the investigations.
we can just. help
Oh, okay.
her drive.
You, once
Yeah.
she shows up, you can get.
Actually, we have a form now.
Okay,
We have a form now.
I gotta tell you, I was sitting there, just talking to my sister, I worked out.
Yeah.
And I felt it, I said, that's weird. So then she goes, would you to my house? I'm gonna call the paramedic, come on, let's stop. I mean, I've never had this happen, and it didn't. So finally, I'm like, I'm sweating, but then you start building it up, and then.
Oh, the anxiety.
They put that medicine, they shove it in your heart. So then they had to stay lady overnight. So now I gotta go. Listen, if it isn't anything odd, it will not happen.
I've heard people, now you on any medication?
Never have been, so let's hopefully that this is
Then I
better.
put you on a 10 and all.
Nothing.
You know, get your rice.
I'm good.
No?
I like room temperature water. Your body digests it better.
Well, yeah.
Ice Romeo?
I'm fine.
You want ice, Romeo?
No, nothing to do.
You want ice?
We're not gonna tip you even if you get us ice. How are you gonna?
I keep them.
Me.
Now, as I said, now. The minute was out.
Yeah.
So this is an in-out thing, it's small, right? Yeah, single.
Yeah, you don't see her, when you go in.
Yeah.
My sister Linda knows that I can't, so she goes, I'm just telling you now. I bring you to touch, you don't know how I was like, and when you're done, have them call me and I'll come pick you up, I'm not listening to you for an hour going. They go, the heart, what's it called, the heart
They
of
blaze you, they go up, it's almost an electronic thing and they zap you.
Yeah.
It's still going on now.
That's it, yeah. Huh?
They try to figure out what part of your heart's beating fast, and then they,
Yeah, zap. I knew somebody used to be marathon runner, had that done.
really, they say, well, keep the getting
Well, you can run it, it would happen to him.
Where's your, the other half of us?
She needs a lot of water. Yeah, yeah. What was him, he said you need a lot of water.
Yeah, so listen to anything he says.
Oh,
Dr. Samora.
Yeah, I know.
wow. Gee,
He's got an off button, he keeps pressing on the back.
What happened?
Oh.
Yeah. Only the one.
I never have a back in my car.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
What?
He's in the beginning, but they got him.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's not good.
So, but they.
That age.
You know, he's on the side.
Oh, okay.
The tin man.
Oh, must be closing time, huh?
Yeah. The tan man's here.
No, he's close, now he's coming ready to punch out.
Well, you gotta take it for his bachelor party.
Yeah,
Dave and Luis?
yeah, you must be taking.
Hey.
Oh, fine, all 4 of us, that's it. So, all right,
Well, you got
I'll take David Lou.
Yes. Right on top. That's my script.
You got a script now?
I got a script now.
Oh.
I know, I'm sorry.
All that other stuff. Hey, I read it again, yeah. Prize, they didn't do it. They said it's wrong, and you know, they never. Oh.
Oh, is this on?
Yep.
Is it on?
Yeah, it has to be 10 minutes during.
And we don't care. Anything we kind of- Give care lots. Nice penny, where'd that penny come from?
Yeah. Yours now, I got one.
I
Brian,
bought-
is that your-
Yeah, I
I thought he supplied them to all
Oh,
the
see, that's
So when Devin was in the police academy, my sister's youngest son,
Yeah.
I ordered like 500 pennies with his name on. it. So one by one, I have all, like, oh, we got millions of dollars all done to my own.
So where is he,
Waltham,
oh,
over both his sons, in Waltham and Chico. So my sister's a domestic violence detective in Waltham, and her two sons are
how
all
long she been?
30, over 30.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I met her at a seminar.
You might have, Linda Motion of her name. is-
I didn't know.
Yeah,
But
They know some of them.
domestic violence.
oh, yes, was it recently?
Hey,
She's
John,
been domestic.
party up here.
She's been domestic violence and Jerry.
Tell them that's good time.
That girl in Waltham.
Oh, wow. I was in the, they had like.
Yeah, she goes in
Something like that, and they had.
Yeah.
them come speak and stuff like that. yeah.
Because it's funny, that
I don't know if it's really.
Ryan went to Pittsburgh State, and the year he went, they got their first police academy. So he just went right from school to the, Devin has to go to
Yeah.
Lowell.
What do they do with the academies now? Is it certain places out there?
I guess,
So Walton
because-
doesn't do business.
No, but I'll tell you the funny story, the cutest thing ever from the sick in the living room, and now Devin's 23. Linda's been on the board again, and you'll hear Devin go, Mom, you just don't understand. What when I,
Oh, no, you
what
don't.
when I did that? Well, that girl that just got out there, the one that killed us, oh, however, they don't know the whole story. That's the receptionist at my sister's dentist.
Oh.
No, the one that lived. And the office, they were, they had 45 years on the office, because they want section, they lived. So,
Yeah.
so you get people paying $4,500 and then a murder in your file. You know what Costco is?
Yeah.
Like 3 blocks up from both, where Peter and Uno used to be. So it's right up there.
You get those stores, the old Waltham, well, actually,
Yeah.
Brandeis, right?
Yeah, I miss, well, I miss Uno's that was right there.
Yeah.
So we don't eat their friendlies a lot. And Peabody, I love them. Been to Plum Island,
Oh,
we're gonna take a ride and show them.
I like it up there in the spring, fall. I mean, how it gets hot and I just don't, the houses,
And those green flies,
they're gone.
we hated them. We used to stay every,
Oh, yeah, gone 2 weeks.
yeah, every summer, that's where we stayed, every summer, but, we stayed.
Yeah, it comes out, they come out of the guy at the, Emerald, and they're at literally use the regular eggs in the mud. And when the full moon comes, the water rises, and they come out, and then they come back, and then they leave the end.
So when they find well,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it's so funny. So my sister Linda, I say boyfriend, but I think that word. So my sister Linda, he's a copy, he does the school, though.
Oh, yeah.
He owns a house up in Maine, and they go up there a lot. So every year when I go, I have something, stitches, there's something, like you can't go in the water. And I'm like, I know. Was Marie coming?
Is Marie coming?
Yeah, we gotta wait. She said she would.
I believe.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's just in free.
There isn't anything on here.
No, it's nothing.
Well, it's 2.5.
I hope you mean he's the half and not me. Yeah.
Listen to them.
What's this?
What's that? What's that? That's not, I mean, well, they know, it's not.
But it's not.
All this is monthly we get these. They just call it the,
Okay, so that,
they come in, we have a account, and we do all the books and stuff. And
we can have that.
Oh, okay.
They might have.
Yeah, it's just, it's an audit report.
Oh.
They have lunch. I'm. What's your? Today? Today's my last day. Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's just, it's no like whatever you used to call you. Sorry, but I miss somebody that's gonna have.
I know. Listen, we go way back. The food pantry was up on Grants Way. And what was the guy's name?
Ken Buck.
Oh, my God.
Those two, yeah.
He was the
Oh,
funniest
really?
guy, and it was every time I walked in, I'd kick the TV, talk about his steak, and you don't even want to know. But
So he was, well, minutes.
he didn't hold my chair.
Well, I wasn't here, I would have.
Oh, you
We
haven't,
should've. I
you
wasn't
haven't
here.
reached the age yet.
He didn't see the money he gave.
Yes, yeah.
What? Oh, yeah. You're gonna be there. He's there.
He did.
Hey.
Oh, God, a lot of years. I don't know how many years, though. I was 43 in my office. How long?
Oh, yeah, the office right here. I'm not talking about that, I'm just talking about.
Here.
Oh,
Thank you, 2000.
it's all right, you know.
Long time.
I think it's in the letter. It's in the letter.
Letter.
Yeah, her letter.
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
Oh. We don't.
Maybe someday I'll come back doing something.
Oh, wait, a minute, I'm sorry, I got it.
You're gonna keep the, all the health? Yeah.
She retired, right? And you retired.
I'm retired just from the town. I'm
Yeah.
still on the board of health.
Oh, all right. Who's with you there now?
Bobby Lee's chair,
Oh, okay.
Sandra Giroux, a guy by the name of Amit Gandhi, and another guy, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I. He's got better hair than I do. Nicholas.
I'll see if they're coming out.
So what?
No, no, wait, make sure like.
Hi, John. Doesn't anybody, John's son, Mark, that work?
Yeah.
People think that they're the same person.
I thought so too.
John? Is that John? DeMarco? Yeah. He came to visit me. Yeah, I have some
Okay,
fans.
you need to take this?
No, it's not for.
There's nothing there?
Nothing there?
Thank you.
It's not for help. It's for you.
You got 2 minutes.
Yeah, please, rapidly.
Where's Marty?
He's at negotiation. He said he probably wouldn't be here. I'll leave it to his
You
start.
go to Berman. Yeah, she didn't went down to 17. Berman just 17 down.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I go. Me too.
And
I've been going
you
there
go
for
to, you
years.
go to PJ? No?
I don't, we're PJ for the gas station.
There's one right there on 128, and there's one right next. They're $3.
Really?
We can get there, credit. Well,
Well, my family told me not to spend Costco or
PJ.
because they have.
yes,
And they're like, that's stupid, Kathy. Why would you waste your money?
no, don't,
Right.
use their card.
Because their tuna at Costco, have you ever had the Costco brand Kirkland tuna? If you ever get it, you will never need another tuna. Tuna fish. It's the Kirkland brand, so it's their brand.
Yep.
Best tuna you'll never need another tuna. Once you taste it.
I should buy Kirkland and Market Basket.
No, you have to get it at Costco.
It's a
And if I-
Costco brand.
And if I'd have known,
Kirkland.
Yeah, it's like that, it's like this.
Saw that.
and if I knew he was gonna be there and I was telling him about this, I would have bought a can for you to take home. My mother buys them to me because they know I'm the.
What is, Costco's brand is something else, right?
Kirkland.
That's Kirkland.
Yep, Costco.
PJ's is something else.
Yeah, I don't know what PJ said.
You know, the President's Choice or something like that.
Why was I at PJ? Oh, PP pads. You're not even gonna believe this. My sister lived in college. She goes, and doesn't have a dog, but she goes, Costco has a big thing of PP pads on sale. I'm just sitting there, so I'm like, oh, all right, we'll go tomorrow. The next day, every box was gone. So she's like, that's not possible. So she went to the desk and said, did they put them in the bags? They sold every one of them in 2 days. 2 days. Yeah.
It's not
All right.
profitable for 2 people to need a.
No, it isn't, that's what I mean, it is, they have a big parties.
Can't be bothered.
Folks, the Brooklyn Housing Authority Board of Commissioners meeting of Thursday, August 8th, 2024 is called to order at 4
Clock.
P M.
Okay.
In attendance are Commissioners O'Donnell, O'Rourke, Moshner, and Sonia. Thus, a quorum is present. Executive Director Corrente is also present. This meeting is being audio and video recorded.
Is that something new? Okay.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, meeting minutes, June 13th, 2024. Questions, comments, concerns from the board?
Well, Mr. Chairman, hearing none, I make a motion that we approve the minutes of June 13th, 2024.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained, moving on, all correspondence.
First thing in the correspondence is a copy of, your letter dated June 13th to, Kathy Gould, congratulating the recognition by age span. First letter, you want to put it in the file?
Please don't file, please, yes.
Next is a, copy of correspondence, as we follow up to the discussion with Dina Favreau relative to the Housing Choice Voucher Program at the board's June 13th meeting. I'm attaching an email thread relevant to the Housing Choice Voucher Program. As a background, following the board's June 13th meeting, Ms. Favreau has requested the meeting sent me an email at 5:51 p.m. and at 6:03. Excuse me, I emailed Andrew Bailey. Andrew Bailey is the assistant director at the Dedham Housing Authority. And the Dedham Housing Authority, if you're aware, manages our Housing Choice Voucher Program. And the next day, on June 14th, Andrew responded to Ms. Favreau at 9:18 p.m. And as you know, his first email confirmed and validated my general response at the meeting, and it provided additional details. He expanded on it to Ms. Favreau. And on the 17th, Channel 1, Ms. Favreau sent an email thanking him for the response and requested resource information relative to the Housing Choice Voucher Program. And he responded that same day at 10:55, providing the resource information to Ms. Favreau.
Place on file, please.
Yes.
Next, correspondence, is a copy of a letter to the Honorable Maura T. Healy. Dear Governor Healy, since July of 2018, I have been the governor's appointee to the Workout Housing Authority Board of Commissioners. However, due to demands, as a medical condition, I must resign as the governor's appointee effective August 9th. I have been honored to have been the governor's appointee to the Housing Authority Board of Commissioners and to have had a role in their mission to provide safe, appropriate, and affordable housing to qualified residents. I know the commissioners and the staff have remain steadfast in their mission. And I believe, been on the board for well over a decade, but Middlesex County Retirement System highlighted Commissioner O'Rourke in their latest issue, the spring of 2024. And that letter has been sent to the governor's office. It's also been provided to the town clerk, and it would be the governor who makes an appointee.
Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Commissioner O'Rourke's last meeting with us.
Oh,
Yeah, so we just want to make sure that we all.
Thank you.
Mr.
Been a pleasure.
Commissioner O'Donnell.
Marie, I just found out about this recently. It's not somewhat a surprise, but understanding, but we'll go back, way back. We don't have enough time here today to talk about that. She's She's not only helped a lot of people in this town, she's helped myself in different ways when it came to questions and answers. And I really appreciate that a lot and her advice and everything else that I've gone through in different boards and commissions that I've been on and. You know, there's a woman that's given more than I can ever ask for, think of that for this community. You know, and everything, and it's, sorry to see you leaving, I really am. I wish you and Bill, you know, a lot more exciting days ahead, I hope. You both. You know, not losing Ken was something, but now,
Yeah,
you know, it's a shame, these two, they'd yell at you if you did something wrong. It was no problem her calling me up. And I felt like I had a second mother, in a sense, but she's younger. Anyways, I'm not gonna, but Maria, I'm gonna miss you. I'm sure we all, I
Thank you,
speak for
thank
you,
you.
yeah.
I did get. a
Please
nice-
don't be a stranger.
Yes.
Well, I might stop in every now and then,
Absolutely.
you never can tell.
I
I
hope
did
so.
get a nice letter from the governor,
Nice.
Oh, that's,
yeah.
You know,
I did, got a very nice letter from the governor. In fact, the mailman brought it right to the door.
Sweet.
but yeah, Mary, please.
I'm gonna miss everyone, I'm gonna miss everybody, I really will. But I thank you,
All right, thank you.
it's nice to be on such a great board.
Thank you.
You made it.
It's one of the few.
You made it.
That was-
Well, continue with your other endeavors. Good luck in the
Thanks.
Board of Health.
Yeah,
Bob, did you wanna?
Yeah, I think just 30 seconds. So
Absolutely.
just, me personally, I echo what Commissioner O'Donnell said, since, I got involved in decades ago, the work of Marie's got quite a reputation. You know, people don't know the half of what Marie's got. Food pantry started, the veterans office and everything, and
Always fun.
Bowers Fund.
I'm still doing the Bowers.
Marie's, fingerprints were a lot of things and a lot of things were in the background. Unsaid, people have no idea, and I know getting involved in this, Marie has been an excellent commissioner, always an advocate. The folks on affordable housing, and caring about them, sincere. Those characteristics are hard to find today. I think you did it to make a difference.
thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
Big shoes to fill, Marie. Good luck.
That's
Okay.
on with the meeting, Mr. Chairman.
And the next, correspondence item is actually something I read through. It confirms, that Commissioner Mosher is now on the board with us. Yeah. It was a whirlwind search, but it happened. Okay, well, before it's investment.
Hey, and going through the reports, as you know, our year ends June 30th, so. The year end on June 30th. Has a big impact in doing the reports. So as far as the investment account, and we didn't have a meeting in July. So what I. Put in front of you in one of the piles there that you got, it's dated July 1, which is the investment accounts. Or as of July 1. And that report. You see the balance down there, and then the attachment shows you. Every month, past 9 years, but the increase over June was a total of $330,107. The August 1st report will be provided at the next meeting. It was just with all the things provided, it could not be done. So. I would assume this gets, the tax gets placed on.
Please don't file.
However, with that, there are some reports. For the end of the year. Pause right here. You got this one?
No.
Okay. This is the top 5 compensated individuals with the housing authority. It's required by DHCD. And it lists the top 5 compensated individuals. What we need for that It's all public record. What we need from that is the commissioners have to acknowledge, receipt of that. They're certifying and obeying penalties of court. Virtually, the board members have been provided with a copy of the top five compensation individuals for the year ending. It's true, accurate, it's compiled. That's information paycheck because on payroll and it's compiled by the auditor. So,
So no vote, just a signature.
correct.
Yep.
So I need you to check off where it says certify to both and sign it because there's another form to certify.
So I check off certified vote.
Certify to both, that box, the first box, yep, and then sign it on the line. And Mr. O'Donnell would be the next one. And check off that, yep, and then, you'd be the next one. You just have to go in the order of, check off that box and sign it. Yeah, yeah, right there. Yep. And Kathy. Skip them. Skip. Check off that box right there and sign it on that line.
Let's skip one.
Yeah, because the line is skipping. Already. Good, if anyone has any questions on that. In addition to that. Financial, the certificate of compliance with notification procedures for federal and state lead paint laws. This is done every year. Nothing new. I need you to sign first as chair. And then Mr. O'Donnell, Commissioner O'Donnell, if you'd sign underneath. Marie. Next one. And Kathy, just skip a line and then. You sign. Thank you. Not done yet.
What was this one?
Yep, that's it, this one. Okay, sorry about that.
We're all set?
All set, yeah.
Okay, so the next one,
August one will be the next meeting,
yes,
and so July we place it. On file.
yes, sir. And then the payment of bills, we have two here,
Yeah.
2 months worth, so why don't we take the June 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2024. Any questions on the payment of bills?
Did you go shop, Marie?
Yeah,
Come on,
Yeah,
gonna miss this.
no,
Is it O'Connor's? Is
yeah.
it- Is it, Bob something? Come
any
on,
questions?
No, not yet.
No idea.
you're not gonna ask why Bob got,
$1,000?
something like that? Yeah, whatever.
No.
Just see, come on. No? Give me a minute, we'll give you a second.
Well, this was okay. I said it's okay.
All right. Without further ado, I make the motion that we approve the payment of June 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2024 bills that are before us.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And
Then you have,
I get,
July.
July's bills.
I know. Hold your horses there, Mr. Executive Director. Again, make the motion that we approve and pay the July 1st, 2024 through July 31st, 24 bills before us today.
For a second,
No, yeah.
Second.
Oh, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Abstain. 4. Section 8 voucher.
in the July, we have a meeting in July, the July report. There was $86,717.84. 61 vouchers. You go to page 2, there's 2 names here. You're paying back, it says fraud in payment. And undisclosed income, amazing that people don't disclose income, we get a number of folks here that haven't disclosed income and they just get caught up in it. But we would need your approval, motion for the 86.
Mr. Chairman. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the July 2024. Section 8 voucher payment of $86,717.84 to the Dedham Housing Authority.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And for
Moving on,
August.
if you want me to continue.
Well,
We have, the August bill.
I'll make a motion that we approve. Again, the payment of $84,356.60 to Dedham Housing Authority for the Section 8 fees.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Next in your pile when you came in was the report from the Fenton E-Wall, which is their report for the year ending June 30th. And it's been a minute on that before. If you go to third page, look at the bottom, see the number 36.65%. If you recall at the last meeting, I mentioned it, that the goal is always you have to maintain 35% minutes in reserves. Percent of your income. And there's been a difficult trend situation with the number of housing authorities, that 35% number is difficult to achieve today with the increase in costs, of materials. I think we explained it, there was a question from Commissioner O'Rourke at the previous meeting, but it was on hardware, for example, you spend $70 for a gallon of paint, if you use 6 gallons in the apartment. But that doesn't include kilns and other folks smoking. But there's substantial increases in the number of housing authorities have expressed to the Executive Office of Housing and Livable Communities the fact that the 35% is a very difficult number to achieve. If you fall below that number, then you get into a trouble category. State gets involved. I think I've explained this to the state, have to approve everything and all that. About 6 years ago, it used to be 20%. And things were booming and the state said, oh, let's increase it to 35%. And what they did at the time was they provided funding to those housing authorities to raise it to the 35%. Unfortunately, Baricker is one of the housing authorities that we don't have those financial problems. So we got raised to 35%. We get nothing because we were in excess of that enough. As they said the last time, folks represent housing authorities and narrow and push to return it to 20%. Don't know yet. The scuttlebutt is they come up with the budget for the year that started, July 1, that in that budget guidance, besides talking about the budget, they're going to discuss that number. People are hoping it'll be 20%, who knows? Generally, towards information, I think we always hover around mid-40s, high. But in the last couple of years, it's been going down. So that's a very important guidance and trigger point for us. And during the years we watched that. On the state side, that's what this is for. It covers 13 River Street to Talbot and houses. It just seems like each year in the past, one big item just snuffles us. We have an underground pipe across the street, 12,000, that just, there's not a lot of wiggle room. This year, we've already replaced the boiler in the house. $8,000-9,000, so I mean, it's like, we're skating very closely. It's really no fault of anyone. It's just, that's the way it is, financially. But we'll see where it goes, the maintenance fellows, we're all very keenly aware of it. They're keeping an eye on their expenditures, instead of ordering 3 or something, if they only need 2, they order 2, we'll have to go back to the 3rd one, but to keep it stock. So if you go to, next page. You'll see 2 pages, you'll see the bottom line, 540.91%, that's here. And as you know, the contract rent here is now $1,672, which means that the tenant pays $672 to the federal government, giving us some housing. So each month, we get, there's 80 units here and 80 are filled, 80 times $1,672. And these housing authorities that have this type of project are in good financial shape. Because this gives you guaranteed income, whereas on the state, someone pays 672, they move out. If someone else moves in and pays 100, that's it, there's no subsidy. So fortunately, we have this, and this is really keeps wind in our sails. The unfortunate part is the fund from here can't be used across the street, but it does help our bottom. So that's the report as of June 30th.
Yep.
I think you folks always ask me, if we ended up in a strong financial position. Because, you heard earlier, the cash in the bank, et cetera, and we're in a good financial position. But it's gonna be a challenge. It's been a challenge the past couple of years. It's gonna be a challenge going forward. And it really limits us on stuff that we'd like to do. And we have to set priorities, and the priorities piss people off because set a priority, we only want to spend the money on what's really has to be done. There's not a lot of discretionary money floating around for the stateside project.
So you prioritize,
I'm sorry?
like we do at home, you prioritize.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I have a question, I don't want to disappoint you. On these pages,
I'm sorry?
there's $40,000 for chimneys. What did you do for $40,000 with the chimneys?
We've done nothing. We had it in the budget last year, $40,000 for here, at 16 River Street. If you look at some of the chimneys, the bricks have fallen, broken up and falling
I
out.
never noticed the chimneys.
I'm sorry?
I never noticed the chimneys.
Well, a couple of years ago on one of the inspections, we were cited for it. And so, you've got to, they weren't repaired before the chimney collapses. These chimneys here are decorative.
Oh,
There's no heat going up through the chimney, which presents other issues, So one thought was the decorative, let's end it, we'll cut the chimneys off and everything, but that became even more expensive. So it's in the budget, we had 2 quotes. $40,000, because the staging that needs to be put up in all the buildings, and it's high and all that stuff, to fix the chimneys.
how many are there?
Well, there is 6 buildings here, so you have
Oh,
6, at least 6 of them. There may be a building with 2, but there isn't, so I think it's 6. It's if you walk around, every now and then, since we were cited for it, you'll walk and see a piece of a brick on the ground under the chimney, you look up, there, piece is missing.
okay.
So, we had the budget last year, setting priorities, we didn't use the money for the chimneys, we used it for something else. And we're also in there, we'll be getting a new truck.
Oh, yeah, 55, I
Yes,
just saw that.
green truck will be going bye-bye. And what we'll do, is I'll come before the board, asking the board to disposition the green truck as, you know, for us to dispose of it, and then we'll give it to the Shawshing.
Shawshing Tech, yeah.
Patch. When we get the new truck, it'll give us the ability, we haven't taken sander off the truck because the body of the truck is rotted. And the sand is corrosive, the salt is corrosive. So we get the new truck, we'll then take the body, the sander off the body of that truck and replace the body. I don't want to get your hopes up, we're negotiating to purchase some land here. And if we do get the land, our goal is, it's gonna be a long process, it has to be rezoned and everything. We will build maybe a 2-stall garage thing to store sanders, plows, and things like that. And we've looked into the possibility, we have a way we can do it, of installing something in the current maintenance building that in the winter we'll be able to run hot water over the trucks to wash off salt. That would give us a few extra years on the truck. I'm sorry?
Ask one question.
Is that-
One question. Marie can't be the only one. When you start thinking of that, there are a lot of regulations where that water goes after.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
It can't just be,
It's a thought, we have.
yeah, I'm just saying,
Got to
it's
the
very
end point.
expensive.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
you know, you're right, there's 2 points. Source of putting it up, and then where it goes.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's, yeah,
All right,
I know, so I think, this just goes on file.
I believe it does, yes.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
moving on to the payroll report for June 1st.
Mr. Chairman. Make a motion that we approve the payroll report before us from August 6th, 2024. Through June 27th, 2024.
Second,
All those in favor?
is there a second?
second.
Mr. Chairman. Make a motion that we approve the July 3rd, 2024. Through the July 25th, 2024 payroll report before us.
Second,
Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Vacancy report.
Good. July 1 vacancy report. You can see there were 3 units. All 3 units were here at 16 River Street. Units were, first one was a deck. Second one was a transfer to a first floor, medical reasons, and the third one was a deck. So that's that report, it's placed on file. Then you have, the August 1st report. The first one, 3 of them here at 16 River Street, the first one is, the transfer. Second one is the deck, and the third one is the deck. And you've got the dates where we anticipate completion. Awesome. So, place on file.
Yes, sir. Executive Director's report. Anything changed in the last couple of months?
Yeah, I do have some. Take advantage of the time. Well, we start, before some things come in and we want to keep the board appraised of this. We're here for a couple of years, across the street is called the Oliver Greenwood Complex. And, I'm not very good at tracking things down, and could never figure out who Oliver Greenwood was. And, recently I was contacted by an individual who requested, Alan Ingraham, for those of the counties, did Margaret, and then her passing Alan, they're the unofficial historians here in the town. Alan was doing something on the, it's called the Gantry Well. And the Gantry Well is a well, literally it's 13 River Street, and the cap is about this high. Don't know as much about it, but it's there, and he wanted to have a photograph of the Gantry Well and the measurement, so it was provided to him, but I asked Alec, could you tell me who this Oliver Greenwood was? And he very nicely, sent this information about Oliver Greenwood, who was a graduate of Dartmouth, class of 1910, was involved with a number of things in the town, and town meeting member, and chair of the selective service, and they established the Billerica Housing Authority. He passed away, they named him for him. So there's a picture that's over the fireplace at 13 of him. And we put this information in a frame.
Oh.
And it's there. And tied into that, Kathy Marr, this is interesting, Kathy Marr, who's at the library, and she handles all the historical documents. Kathy Marr was on that thread, and she very nicely sent a copy of the Lowell Sun, April 12th, 1967. And this is absolutely hilarious. This is a little quick story about the building of 13 River Street. And it's Governor Volpe. And it was built with a bond, $810,000. You imagine it? You couldn't build a national grade for 810,000, but it was 810,000. So the whole 13 River Street complex was built, and they named it Oliver Greenwood in honor of Mr. Greenwood. And I thought of Mr. O'Donnell, he was on the board, and Kathy Marr sent this. It's grainy, but this is a photograph of Oliver Greenwood that he's presented a certificate of thanks that he was on the selective service board in Billerica for 5 years. And right in the middle of the picture, it says Captain Gordon Brainerd, who later was on the board of selectmen. You can almost tell it's Gordon Brainerd. The glasses look a little different, but it's grainy. But it was just a story about Oliver Greenwood getting honored for that. I thought it would be of interest. We put the photo of the story of historical information on Oliver Greenwood in the frame across the street, and the article that says 810,000 across the street, because we have something here at 16, as you can see, the only thought it would be of interest. And the last handout before I get going, is in the report is talking about Mason Avenue, and just able to get this real quick. It's also know we've been building Mason Avenue house. And you all know, and folks here don't know, we bought a duplex, and that lot had a registered lot attached to it, which had a dilapidated garage. And we determined that it was a registered lot, and so we went forward, and we successfully getting it approved. Was build a house on that lot. You know, and with the need for housing, it was a unanimous decision by the board. And this is a photograph of that house. And when we started it, the Shawshene Tech, the proposal was, you know, demolish the garage, get rid of the neighborhood eyesore. The Shawshene Tech students would build it. And then number three, the family would get it. So it would be a win-win-win. And the interesting part, when we got going, Rich Anisi, who's a local developer, stepped up to the plate and said, I live in Billerica, I want to make a contribution, but I'll keep an eye on it for you. And to be honest, lucky, I know the difference between a full screw and a regular screw. And having Rich Anisi oversee this was just unbelievable. not to talk forever, but the very first meeting where the state architect presented plans, school was there, we were there, some other folks, and the architect put the plans in Richie's hand and turned the pages, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is, he was finding all kinds of errors. And Richie, when we sat down, I said to him, what do you think, you know, the plans, what do you think this house is gonna cost? He said, about 300 to 325,000. Steve Dresser provided surveying services. Came up with the same number. As of yesterday, and we're not finished, we have spent $264,176.16 on material. Probably blew a few invoices, there's probably maybe 15,000 more to go. So I would say we're probably gonna hit 300,000. Richie says this house today is sell close to 700,000.
Wow.
Okay, I was able to include a picture in there, with landscaping it. The second picture is the kitchen.
Yeah, it's nice.
They ended up with the hardwood floors in there because
I just have a question. Who's gonna fix the fence that's falling down?
I'm sorry,
Who's gonna fix the fence? Who
well,
owns
that
that
section
fence?
of the fence on the left of the picture,
Yeah.
that's remaining, but we replaced the rest of the fence, it was in bad shape. That's, believe it or not, that section is sturdy. But if you drive by there today, you'll see a new fence behind the house.
Yeah, but does this belong to the house or does this belong to somebody else?
Wants some people on this side.
No. So they're gonna fix the fence?
I-
Well, I'd ask them, I mean, it's gonna make our house look good. Nice looking house, nice
But
job,
we replaced the fence in back,
yeah,
had some discussions with a neighbor, and, yeah. I think it came out very, very nice, and
Oh,
I
it
think
did.
that,
is this the other house that we own right here?
correct,
Yeah.
which is a duplex,
Mm-hmm.
correct.
I see they have air conditioners in the window. Hope it doesn't scratch the.
So, I mean, if you drive by tonight, you'll see a new fence in back, in the landscaping, we're probably gonna let it go until next year, and see on the landscaping, there's other things that we need
Yeah.
to do. And let the ground settle, and see where the water goes, and stuff like that. But it's a 3-bedroom, does have air conditioning. I think it came out very, very, very nice. But anyway, going back to my report, this is June and July administrative actions, as of 8/1, we have not initiated any court actions, however, future court actions are possible, there are things that are in process, smoking none, we continue to refer residents, with delinquent rent to RAF. Payment agreements have been executed where possible, I think there were 3 agreements and all been for unreported income, just it baffles you to think that someone who does that, but I suppose people forget. Quarterly tenant meeting, you see that, the meeting was held in March. The next one is October. I discussed Mason Ave. To finish on that, where we're standing today is one section of the fence is gonna be put up on the house next door with the wheel. And, we'll be getting an occupancy permit, it's a small punch list. And the goal now is having a voucher holder in there in September, with Labor Day weekend. The house still has to be inspected for a Section 8 voucher holder, like Section 8 voucher people, at our expense. But being a new house, it should be fine, you know, they may find things are missing, cover someplace, or, you know, but we don't see any issues with the house, really in good faith. There is a cookout here, members of the elk had one planned this past Saturday and moved to it's coming Saturday, and then they informed us yesterday that because of the rain forecast this Saturday, it's moved to the 24th. But age band is scheduled to be put out for Tuesday, August 20th. And commissioners are certainly invited to help serve food. Second page, I mentioned it the last time, we're dealing with the planning department. Sadly, this large tree outside, and it's got issues. The limbs are very large. Some of them can come down, it's a significant safety issue. We had an arborist look at it. Recommends that it be removed because of the safety issue. I did go to and speak with folks at the Historic District Commission planning board. The individual there does not believe they have jurisdiction over a tree, but, you know. Beautiful tree,
Oh,
well, no,
come on.
I'll stop right now.
No, good, all right, thank you.
Yeah.
The tree will be coming down. Thank you, Bob, for your, go ahead. Mr.
So I'll skip that.
Okay, whoa, I gotta interrupt. Can I say something, Mr. Franklin? Yes, sure. Just to clarify something. Is that, he made a comment about the cookout.
Mhm.
And now, he said the Elks.
Yeah.
I'd just like to clarify, it is not the Elks.
Yep.
It is one of the tenants, Mr. Frank Canfield, who is a member of the Elks. And he donated his time and money last year, and we all helped him out. Unfortunately, whatever, but Frank just would like us, and he's told us that, again, this is his payback for his time at the Talbot and all the things that happened to him and everything fine, so this is his way of giving back. That's the only thing I wanted to say. Yes,
Okay.
Okay.
all right, Mr. Franklin,
Yeah,
thank you.
all the publicity, robocall, they always say it's the members of the Elks providing it. Ms. Frank stressed that to me the same
Well,
thing. So we say that,
Remember, we just volunteer.
we say that, we don't say.
His money comes from him. That's so you know.
Okay,
You see, F, we just provided you a summary of the projects that are in the pipeline. The Talbot parking lot, $165,438. That's still in the state hands to provide an approval. Will be submitted, they approve the project, now they have to approve the submittal of the drawings and all that. 13 River Street surveillance cameras have been approved, $117,000. That probably. The process probably didn't get started till the next year, but it's been approved. And those would be cameras in all the buildings, as well as on the dumpster. Significant number of cameras. We received an approval for 13 River Street. To replace the bathroom sink, because most of the sinks are cast iron, some people cut themselves on the edges. And we have a big problem with it, with flood drains, it's hard to get out, you have to remove the sink. So we were able to convince the state to subsidize replacing the bathroom sinks and the faucets, that's a $116,000 project. Our house, we have the guests of the Middlesex Sheriff paint the stain, but the trim needs to be sprayed, et cetera, and the slider. Place that's 46 grand, that was approved. The roof on Treble Cove Road. Is a sorrowful shape, see the sky through the roof. They approved replacing that. And then the last one here, they approved the house in Boston Road. Housing authority owns. It has some cracks in the walls, and it needs lollipop supports in the basement.
Is that the big White House down almost into?
Well, that's 116 Thomas House.
Okay, oh, all right, well, now that we're talking about house,
I'm
I
sorry.
went by the house that we have on Boston Road going into Burlington, the big White House.
That's the opposite end.
Yeah, the other end, going into Burlington,
That's a 3 family.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who takes care of the yard?
The tenant is supposed to.
Yeah,
But,
needs to be cut, the
and
grass,
we spent $6,000, I think, 3 weeks ago, removing all the bushes because they were being maintained
yep,
and getting all the grass cut. But we supply these tenants and houses, lawnmowers, and it's clear that it's their responsibility. The woman who lives there that was doing it, her son passed away. And
Well, the front of the house needs to be cut.
If you get,
It's terrible. Just making a comment.
no, I agree with you, that's why we spent the $6,000.
Okay.
So, and we told the tenants, all three tenants in there, that it's their responsibility.
Yeah,
We had to give them a new lawnmower, because it's all rusty. Yeah, we usually go through some lawnmowers every year. People don't maintain the lawnmowers. It's not doing business. All I can tell you is we told the tenant, we've insisted, we're a little pissed off spending $6,000 to what they should have done. You know, made them aware of, we were not happy. So they were aware of this, that's all I can do. Don't disagree with it.
All set?
They leave, so. At the top,
now
one.
you have a project here.
Well, no, yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, old business is nothing. New business, we have, the first item up is project 031083, which is the Talbot Apartment slate roof replacement. And, it's been approved by the architect and engineer, construction advisor, as well as Bob. Any
You want me to
questions?
motion?
Yes, I got the motion.
I have it
right here.
I move that the Berkeley Housing Authority Board of Commissioners approve the application and certificate for a payment of number one in the amount of $67,961.10 to Young Developers LLC and authorize the executive director to execute any required documents related to this payment.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
We will be coming back at some future point for the change. But there's some things that still have to do.
Let's see, we have the meeting schedule for 2025 available.
Yeah, I don't think you have to vote it, I just wanted to, give it to you, it's the
Hold on.
proposed dates. As you have in the past, you can change it, you got it?
No, yeah.
No, not that.
No,
Hold on a second.
no.
Oh, there's one more article, item. Excuse me. Give me a second, I found the
I'm just
minutes.
going in order of the agenda. set.
Can I just see the minutes for a second? I have a question. 2024 OBE.
Yeah, that's next.
Okay, that's what I was
That's
wondering, you were going, and
It's this big thing.
yeah, sorry, Mr. Chairman, I apologize.
So I would assume that the schedule is fine. But you folks, up to you, change the dates whenever you want.
Correct. Okay. FY 25 OPEB report.
I get to what Commissioner O'Donnell's asking about the OPEB report stands for other post-employment benefits. And it's driven by General Accounting Board standards, General Accounting Standard 74, 75, and like everything else, you know, lots of money can generate a report. What that stands for is that the town has it, probably a couple hundred million. You have to have a report that shows and identifies the liability, for example, for retirees. If the housing authority should go financially under, if there's the ability to continue paying retirees and therefore the housing authority portion of the medical and all that. So it's really an actuarial report, but you have to do it. So you have the report prepared by Odyssey Associates that have been doing it for years. They go through the population and there's some changes and it went down. I think I provided stuff about total liability. The previous year went down to 1.7 million to just a little over a million. A decrease of 700,000. In your email, I gave you a copy. We had people retire that had longevity in the system for example, that Susan, and she just works part-time. So that impacts the actuarial cadence. So, and we had new people come on board, so it's, you know, that's why. But in essence, it's solid, it's fine, there's no issues, it's required, and here to answer any questions.
Any questions from the commissioners?
No.
Okay, meeting schedule upcoming, September 12th, 2024.
You need to,
Yeah, you need to vote this.
yeah,
All right, I'll make a motion that we, approve the OPEB report before us in 2024.
Read the bottom, Jimmy. The whole,
Oh,
there's a whole.
excuse me, I didn't have a,
Yeah,
I'll move to accept, okay. The 2024 OPEB report in compliance with the GASB 7475 from Odyssey Advisors, and place the report on file.
Motion,
My error.
do I have a second?
second.
Motion and second, all those in favor,
Aye.
opposed?
now, one last thing I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, the board knows, we have now installed cameras that look in the 3 parking spaces here and the spaces under the tree. And we have some security issues. Had one car with a broken rear window, smashed rear window, and we've had sighting of someone taking photographs of cars. And so I guess the world we live in has changed, so we now have security cameras in those 6 parking spaces, these 3, and those 3. Our lobby has a security camera, this room has a security camera, the laundry room has a security camera, and the kitchen has a security camera. We have the building at the Talbot, security cameras all over the place. Across the street. I told you we have the proposal. It's all security cameras,
Okay,
but I just wanted the board to know. that there are cameras here.
very good.
Okay.
Next meeting schedule, next meeting will be September 12th, 2024, and then October 10th, 2024. Open mic, there is no one signed up for open mic?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
She was good.
Oh, I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Enjoy Labor Day, everyone.
Yes, happy Labor Day, and it's been a pleasure.
Marie,
Great, yes, gonna miss you,
I
yeah.
know, right?
Absolutely.
you know,
I said, I met you on Rainsway at the food pantry, remember when we had it?
oh my God.
In that little room?
Yeah, little teeny.
See you next month. Please, after tomorrow.
Yes, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
I knew.
That's really nice guy, just cannot speak.
That's a private.
I know.
See, I don't.
He likes the verb sound.
Thank you.
This is the longest she's not talked. It's been so nice.
Yeah.
How do you do it? It's so good. It's so good. No.
I've got my.
Yes, David.
Started business up in Lowell. Okay. Yeah, he's getting married next year, it's October.
You don't want to say it too loud,
there's other people
that don't.
He's getting married.
That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, he's not that old.
He'll be, he's 29 now.
I care about how I feel.
He's having, which.
Okay. All right, sir, thank you very much.
He's not happy. His fiance, was having engagement.